Hey there, my name is Rob Bodie Wolf and I run Bad Wolf Music, a music education company in Portland, Oregon. I also front a little electric Celtic harp band named Finn Doxy. You can check us out online if you like. I do a lot of recording and video here at my music space, and there are certain things I have to do to make it a decent recording environment, to reduce acoustic and electrical noise. And also, whenever I play out live, I have to have the same ear and take a look at what noise is going into my system. So I want to run through some of the things that we have to do in order to make sure we get the best sound possible, reducing acoustic and electrical noise. So, here's my space and here we go. First of all, you have to just listen to the space in general. And you can probably hear some car sounds and some electrical sounds and things like that. And while it's a fantastic space, you have to make sure that you get it prepped. External noise is a major issue, so close all windows, and if you have them, use heavy curtains to help reduce external street noise. A pillow up against large windows will help reduce extra sound. Be mindful of your environment. Avoid recording during rush hour or when school is letting out. Avoid heavy business hours. Try and get in the quiet part of the day. Turn off unused computers and other appliances to reduce electrical noise in the system, and turn off fans and AC units to reduce acoustic noise in the room, and then put your phone in Do Not Disturb or airplane mode. While I love having a stage to perform on, recording up against a wall where extra sound can get transmitted can be a little difficult. So if at all possible, get in the center of the room and isolate your sound as much as possible. Get away from any external sound sources. While it's tons of fun to play with a lot of effects, and it's great to have options while you're playing live, when you're recording, go for as simple a sound as possible. If you don't need the extra links in your chain, get rid of them. Quality audio. So if possible, use shorter cables and condense your equipment into as small a space as possible. If you are going to record using instrument cables, try and use balanced cables. That's TRS cables as opposed to unbalanced cables, TS cables. So with that in mind, I know that manufacturers love selling us those long 20-foot instrument cables, but 20 feet is the maximum you should ever use. And try and keep some shorter, patchier cables on hand. For longer cable runs, if you must exceed 20 feet, use an XLR cable by converting using a DI box, an instrument cable in one end and an XLR out the other end. Fluorescent lights, even compact fluorescent lights, can put noise into your electrical system, so try and turn them off. If you're playing out live, try and avoid those bar signs and tavern signs, those big fluorescent flashy signs. If at all possible, turn them off. Now remember when I said I played in a band with an electric Celtic harp? Well, here's something you don't often think about. Instruments can pick up RF signals from the surrounding environment, from the magnetic and electrical fields. Well, here's our monster. We designed it ourselves, but the problem is that it picks up RF like a giant antenna. To reduce the amount of interference we get from the surrounding electromagnetic field, sometimes you have to change the orientation of the instrument, and that will reduce the amount of extra noise going into your system. The same thing happens with single-coil, non-humbucker electric guitars. You change the orientation in order to change the amount of extra RF noise going into your path. Occasionally you can have a ground issue or a 60-cycle hum emanating from an instrument, in which case hum debuggers like this one by Electro Harmonics are amazing ways to reduce a 60-cycle hum within your signal chain. Remember, when it comes to microphones though, you want to boost the signal electrically as little as possible. Try not to have the gain set too high, try not to have the pre turn too high, try and sing closer or have the instrument closer to the microphone. But remember, if you get too close, you're going to get frequency distortion. It will pick up the lows far more than it will pick up the highs. So use moderation. SM57 by Shure is a great cardioid microphone that helps reduce the amount of room noise by eliminating sound that's outside of its polar pattern. So I know it can take a lot of excess prep, but by reducing the amount of extra acoustic and electrical noise, you're going to have a much better signal and a much better time later on when you're editing and mixing. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you next week. Bye!